Okay, so by definition, set is an unordered collection of unique elements. It's a very important thing to know. There are two important things in this definition. First of all, elements in sets are unordered. So when I say unordered, it means that I cannot access those elements with their index values. Like in list, when we create a list, I can specify the name of the list, and I can specify in a square brackets like 0, 1, 2. So I can access elements by their index values. Same is the case in tuples. I can also access elements by their index values. But in sets, whenever we create a set, we do not know what are their index values. Even though you write elements like 1, 2, 3, for example, and create a set, you still do not know whether 1 will be in memory at the first location or 2 will be in the second, and so on and so forth. So this is first distinction. Unordered elements. We cannot use indexing on sets. Second important thing is unique. All elements are unique. We cannot have duplicate elements. In a list, I can have A, B, C, A, 1, 2, 3, 1 again, but I cannot have duplicates element in sets. Okay? So this is important thing to remember. How we create sets is with the help of a syntax using set function, just like we have list functions. Okay? So in set function, you can specify the number of elements and it will create a set out of it. So you need to specify any sequence type iterable object in this set function. It could be a list, it could be tuple, it could be string, etc. So for example here, I pass a list 1, 2, 3 in a set function and it will create a set. So the distinction between list, tuple and set is that these braces. Okay? So in set, the type of braces used are curly braces. So you should be able to distinguish, this is important, very important. You should be able to distinguish what type of a data structure is provided to you. If it is curly braces, it means it is set. If it is round braces, it means it is tuple. If it is square brackets, it means it is list. Okay? We can also create a set using literal like this, like curly braces. Just like when I create a list, I specify 1, 2, 3 and enclose them in square brackets. I create a list simply. Similarly, I can create a set by specifying comma separated value in curly braces. That is a set. Okay? Now again, looking into these two important definitions, unordered and unique elements. So if I say, for example, my underscore list. This is my list, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And I write my underscore list, and if I specify 2, what will be an output? 3, 1, you have options given, 4, or error. Which one? 2. Okay. Why 2? I didn't say anything. So if it is anything, it could be 4, it could be 1, it could be 3 also. Look at the definition, what I said. Unordered. Unordered, and I have a statement written in front of it. Elements in this set do not have a position or index. When they do not have a position or index, how can I access them with their index values? Okay? So first of all, this is not a list. I named it list, but what it is? It is sets. Okay? So you need to focus on that kind of description. Although I can name it set, but I make it as a list. Okay? So set equals, so for example, 1, 2, 3. It doesn't mean it's a set. It's a list. So you need to focus on the type of brackets used. So here it's a set, and because if it is a set, I cannot access elements with their index values. So the correct answer is error. Okay? Alright, and why and where sets are used is used to remove duplicate data. So for example, if I'm maintaining your database in a list, okay, all the students database, I accidentally have duplicate students data. So if my database contains like thousands of entries, I can either write an algorithm to keep checking if there is any duplicate found, just remove them, okay? Or I can pass the entire list into a set function. So when I pass this into a set function, it will automatically remove duplicate elements. Okay, so let's take this as an example. So we have some duplicate elements in list. We can have it in list 1, 2, 3, 2 is duplicated. And similarly, -5 is duplicated here. So all what I can do is I can pass the list into a set function, and what it will return is a set containing unique elements. It removes all the duplicate data. Okay? So this is one of the application. And since the data is unordered, we cannot access set element using indexing. As I already explained on board, when you write my set 3, it will throw off an error. However, we can modify sets. That is, we can add elements. Once a set is created, we can add element into it. We can also remove elements from it. Okay? So let's see how we can modify sets. So first of all, know that sets are mutable. Unlike tuples once they are created, they cannot be changed. Okay? Although you can access elements in tuple with their index values, but the elements cannot be changed. In sets, you cannot access elements, however you can change the elements. Like change means like add element or remove elements. Okay? So we can add an element in a set using add method. Okay? So for example, we have a set here, and I want to add my set.add a new element A, and it could add A anywhere in the set, because behind the scene there is a random algorithm. If you are dealing with a small set like this, you may see that A is being added somewhere at the beginning or at the end. But if you are dealing with a large set, then you will see that A being added anywhere in a set. Okay? This is important thing. I could also give you things like this. So my list, for example, again here, I can ask you like add, and let's say A or whatever, maybe B this time. I can give you an option like where will this element be added? Either beginning or at the end or random location, or you cannot add it. Or maybe I can do it like this, append. So append method works on list. Although it is named as a list, but it is not a list. Okay, so these kind of logical questions you may expect to have. Okay, these are not difficult. As long as you understand, you should be able to identify and that what is the trick being placed here. Okay, yeah.
So you did append, right? Like you did append A, right? It wouldn't work, right?
Append method only works on list. So is it a list?
No.
It is not a list. So in order to add an element, you need to use add method. You cannot use append method. So among the options, choices given to you, there might be like some invalid operation. Okay?
So the answer for something with like append set would be like error.
Yeah, invalid operation or append method does not recognize this kind of thing. Okay, so in order to remove element, you can use a remove and specify the name of the element that you want to remove. Okay, so when you specify my set.remove6, it will remove the element that you want to remove. Can I say that when I specify the 6, it will pick the first occurrence of that element and remove it? Will that be a correct statement? If I say that I want to remove 6, and it will remove the first occurrence from left to right.
There's no double occurrences.
There is no double occurrences. There is no duplicate elements in sets. Okay? So it cannot be true. This statement is false itself. Set will not have duplicate elements, so it will always remove the element that you specify. If the element is not found, it will throw off error. Just like here, I'm trying to remove 10. So whatever you're specifying, it is treating it as a key. This is the key that you want to remove. but it is not found, so it will throw off key error. Okay, that the key that you are trying to locate and remove, it is not found. Okay, any question? Next is pop method. So pop method also removes and returns the random item from the set. Focus on this. So if I run a pop method, for example here, I can ask you like my list and pop method. Answers could be 1, 4, or maybe error, or random, or any element. Okay? So I'm running a pop method on this structure, but what is this structure? It's a set. So when you run a pop method on a set, it removes any random value. When we run the same method on a list, then how does it behave? What element does it remove? Huh?
The first instance.
What?
First instance.
First instance, what do you mean instance?
Pop removes the last thing.
It removes the last element unless you specify the index value. So pop method works on sets. Pop method also works on list. Okay? So you should know what data structure is given to you, and pop method is running on what type of data structure. It has a different behavior on these two different data structures. Okay? So here, like my set.pop, it randomly picks 0 and it removes that element. Not only removes but also returns that element. Okay? Any other question?